Hey guys, this is Hayden with Camping World Mesa. Wanted to make a quick video for you on the 2025 Passport 253RD. I think it's a great travel trailer. Anyone who's looking for something kind of in the mid-size range. They like a couples coach, but they still want like a U-dinette so they can sleep more people if need be. We're going to turn the camera around and get started. All right, on the front, we'll just do a quick walkthrough on the outside. Automatic tongue jack. You peel back the cap and you have a manual options. That way you're never, ever without the ability to use it. You have a nice battery disconnect on the front, which is great because if you're out camping and you come back into your RV lot, RV storage, or your own personal property, you can just turn that off. That way you have to worry about turning everything off on the inside of the coach. There's your power cable, ample storage. You can see the solar controller over on the other side. We'll take another closer look at that when we get around. These are slam latches, so you can just kind of let them go with a little magnetic grip on the side. I love the fact that they're finally including step above steps on both doors. A lot of times, you know, to cut costs, they'll put the step above steps on one and then just like some regular folding steps on the other. Passport finally decided that we're going to do the whole thing, so now you're getting both steps on both sides. Really, really great. Yeah, you know, if I kind of step back a little bit here, you can kind of see, you know, how they touch the ground. And the important thing is like these are individually adjustable legs. So if you're on like a crazy angle and you still want to have a nice flat surface, you can make one leg longer than the other. That way you always have a nice flat surface to walk on. No baby calf legs there. Same for this side. You have a TV mounting stud right here. So right here is a nice stud so you can put in like a TV mount. And you also have an inverted outlet with two AC adapters. And of course your Key TV plugins. Key TV is a really nice universal internet and television package communicator. That way you only really need one box for the whole coach. You don't got to do a separate box for each TV. You have a really, really big full body size awning. So you have plenty of shade, and you also can see the outdoor speakers above there. So they're waterproof outdoor speakers. That way you can, you know, enjoy your music even when it's rainy or even snowing. Over here you can see that this is a 4-season package. So with the Passports, you have 12-volt heating pads on the tanks, as well as dedicated furnace vents to the tanks. This also has the SolarFlex 220, so that means it's going to be 220 watts of solar on the roof. And keep in mind, the solar panels they use for Passports are double-sided. Sun will reflect off the roof of your RV up to the underneath of the panel. So talking to our reps, technically you have about 300 watts of solar on this thing, which is really, really cool. Most of your outlets are inverted, so when you get your inverter, you'll be able to run 110 off just the battery. Here on the back side, we have prep for a backup camera, a really, really nice big window just for viewing mountains and looking out on the water. And of course, your spare tire rack, as well as a back bar. Your back bar, you can hide your Stinky Slinky in there, but you can also use it as a cargo rack. As you can see here, we are at 50 amps. This unit in particular only has the one AC. However, it does have prep for the second, so it's going to be a lot more affordable and cost effective if you want to install that second AC, which in Arizona isn't a bad idea. But you know, a lot of people who live in Arizona aren't really going anywhere else hot, so it's kind of, you know, nice to have that option. Here you have your tankless hot water heater. This is an easy outlet for additional solar panels, so you can plug briefcase units here, and then they could just run directly into the solar controller. Here is your solar controller with its own connect, disconnect, and connect panel. Here you see your inverter prep, so it's ready when you are to put that inverter in. You have a very nice outside shower nozzle, so washing your boots off, you'll have hot and cold water options. There's another Key TV outlet. Here's you can retract your jacks, and of course your winterization options. Once again, it's a nice slam latch. Just let that go. That's pretty much everything on the outside, so let's go take a look at the inside. Gotta love the fact that it's multiple doors, so that means you have full access to the coach when your slides in, as well as a direct access to the bedroom and bathroom, which are right there next to each other. One final note, this is G-Glass. It is a solar reflective, shatterproof glass, so it's not gonna break or anything, and it's gonna keep your heat down by reflecting solar rays. Gotta love these line lights. They do have dimmer switches on them. Right now, I am literally only running this off the solar. There's no battery hookup, which is kind of why it's flashing. But it's just cool to know how powerful your panels are, that even on like kind of, you know, in the evening time as the sun starts to fade away, we're still getting a little bit of light in here. So that's pretty incredible. I'm gonna go to wide angle mode just so we have a better view of everything. This is what I was talking about on the outside. You know, it is a couples coach technically, But the fact that it's a U-dinette, this will turn into a table, or a bed, and the bed will be big enough for like a 6'4" guy like me to sit on or lay on. So if you have grandkids or something like that, and you just don't want to use that extra space for bunks, this is such a great option. What I really love is that the way the table is designed, it's independent, so you can take it outside if you want to. But when it folds down to a table, you still have the bars on the bottom. So this will just kind of fold to the side and come back in. This whole thing will lower, but you'll still have like stabilization on the ground, so it'll be a lot more beefier when you're laying down on it. No chance of breaking. You do have the Thomas Paine theater seats. These will recline. You also have a nice little drink holder in the middle. And of course, an abundance of windows. Get like a nice cross breeze going in here. Plenty of storage. 3-burner stove with splashback oven. Put like a little pizza stone in that oven. You'll have a lot better disbursement of heat. People sometimes complain about smaller ovens, but it's still a great piece of machinery. You have a nice little fold-out side table here, and to bring it down, you just press those in. And then the upgraded sink option creates kind of like a waterfall. And then there's plenty of storage all around. Oh, nice little lights in there too. A little spice rack with a protective barrier so nothing flies out. This is a 12-volt smart TV, so you can run it right off the battery, and it'll already have options for Netflix, YouTube, Premium, Prime Video, Disney Plus, everything you have. You have plenty of counter space. Gotta love that. You can never have enough counter space. Little pantry with your high-efficiency 12-volt. This fridge with the current solar package. If you added like a lithium battery to this would pretty much run all day and night. Not have to worry about refilling propane or anything like that. Here we come into the bathroom. Very nice shower below the skylight. So you don't have to worry about adding, illumination during the day. You can just use the natural light that the Arizona sun has given us. Here's your panel for the tankless hot water heater. Plenty of counter space near the sink. Lots of storage underneath. A nice inverted outlet. And then, of course, a very generous medicine cabinet here. So I like this. I like the fact that there's plenty of room here for toothbrushes, curling irons, whatever you plan on doing with your RV. Had a couple people in here earlier today. No one was laying on here. They were just playing around with the bed. But you have your RV Queen mattress. There is storage underneath, as you can see here. And then you also have inverted outlets on both sides, as well as USB and USB-C adapters, and a little bit more storage back here. And of course the side storage, little drawers, hanging closet, and overhead. And that's on both sides. And then here's where you can see that you do have prep for the second AC. So this will be a lot more affordable once you decide to go that way or not. And of course we have a door entry to the bedroom, which I love. That way, if you do have your slides in, you still have full access. So if you want to pull over at a truck stop and you just need to use the bathroom, you don't have to pop a slide out. You can just come right in through here. And opposite, if you want to pull into a truck stop, you just want to come in and have a snack, you can come in through here. So either way, you are able to take advantage of your RV with your slides in or slides out. And also, hey, I just love the fact there's a door right here because, you might have a couple of people hanging outside while maybe someone's sitting in the living room watching a movie or something. And when you're ready to go to bed, you can kind of just come right on in. You don't have to bother this person or walk through there. Also, if you have muddy shoes and you want to use the bathroom, but you don't want to trek through the living room, you just come right through in and come in here. So yeah, that is the Passport 253RD. Last note, plenty of ducts for air conditioning. Even if you don't want to install that second AC, you'll still get a nice airflow throughout the coach. Really, really like this unit. Super excited to show you guys. Last few notes about Passport. This is HyperDeck floor. It's the most water-resistant floor on the market. They also use HyperCore walls. Passport is going to use Banach wood. So that's like a South American hardwood known for being very durable, but also being very light. That's how they shave a few 100 pounds off these units. Just trying to give you the lightest coach possible without losing the quality. And then, of course, we have some blackout blinds. So if you want to watch a movie during the day or something, you'll be able to really black that sun out and keep it nice and dark in here. Great for people who travel for work. So, all right, that's the 2025 Passport 253RD. Let us know what you think. Super excited for you. My name's Hayden. Happy trails.